Seven Dwarves is so summer 2012, or even more, so December 1937. Today, it's all about 13 dwarves, who are the stars of the much-anticipated Lord of the Rings prequel, The Hobbit An Unexpected Journey. And if you're wondering if dwarves can really be badass, then I suggest you check out Episode 9, Season 2 of HBO's Game of Thrones, where Peter Dinklage dominates the Battle of the Blackwater. Now, unlike in Snow White, where the seven dwarves were content to mine for diamonds while singing catchy tunes, these dwarves are currently separated from their treasure and pissed off, but that doesn't keep them from also singing. And like the seven dwarves, these 13 dwarves sing their own story, only instead of digging the whole day through, they are eager to claim their long-forgotten gold. Who's taken it? That will be a dragon named Smaug, who's taken over their home, Lonely Mountain, and all its treasure. In the film, Smaug is voiced by Benedict Cumberbatch, and who doesn't like to listen to Benedict Cumberbatch talk? Speaking of British television heartthrobs, the leader of the Dwarfs, Thorin Oakenshield, is played by Richard Armitage, who rose to fame on shows like North and South, Robin Hood, and Spooks. Yes, British TV turns out heartthrobs who demand to be taken seriously and succeed on a surprisingly consistent basis. Thorin Oakenshield is looking for one particular diamond, the Arkenstone, which was discovered by his ancestor and shines of its own inner light. And collector's alert, Thorin Oakenshield's sword is called Orcrist, available for purchase right now. Time to meet the members of Thorin Oakenshield's company of dwarves, the group he assembles to take back their treasure from Smaug. And I must warn you, they don't have easy-to-remember names like Happy, Grumpy, and Doc. However, once you realize this group consists mostly of 5 sets of brothers, all of whose names rhyme, it starts to get a little easier. Let's start with the Hunky Dwarf brothers. Alas, Tolkien gave them the more respectable names of Fili and Kili. They are the sons of Thorin's sister, and thanks to their keen eyesight, are often sent out to scout for the group. Fili is played by former Young Hercules star Dean O'Gorman. He starred opposite Ryan Gosling, while Kili is played by Aidan Turner, aka the vampire on the BBC's Being Human. Next, Bofur and Bombur. These two seem to be the comic relief, and both like to eat, only it shows on just one of them. Bofur is being played by another British television star, James Nesbitt, while Bombur is the first major film role for New Zealand television and voiceover actor Stephen Hunter. Now, Bifur is the only member of the group besides Thorin not to have a brother present, but Bofur and Bombur are his cousins. And Bifur is very easy to recognize because he's got an orc axe stuck in his head. Sadly, that's given this usually gentle toy maker an insanely violent streak. Another side effect is that he can only speak Dwarvish, but that won't be a problem for real Lord of the Rings fans, right? Bifur is played by another New Zealand television actor, William Kersher. All 3 are dwarf farmers, not warriors like the experienced, fearsome Dwalin. Look at those tats! His 2 trademark axes are named Grasper and Keeper after Emily Bronte's 2 dogs in real life. That was Scottish actor Graham McTavish's idea, a veteran of movies, television, and video games. Dwalin's brother is named Balin. He has as much experience only as a war advisor rather than someone on the battlefield. In fact, Balin is a dwarf lord. He's played by yet another British television actor, Ken Stott. Next, there's Oin and Gloin. The older Gloin is an apothecary, which is an old-timey pharmacist and midwife. That's right, Oin delivers adorable dwarf babies, but you still don't want to meet him on the battlefield. Oin might not always get along with his younger brother Gloin, but then the buck stops with Gloin, literally, as Gloin is the dwarf who has bankrolled this whole expedition. These 2 are portrayed by 2 more accomplished New Zealand actors, John Callan and Peter Hambleton. Finally, we have a set of triplets. Meet Dori, Nori, and Ori. Thorin calls Dori the strongest member of the company, but his brothers would just call him bossy. Then again, Dori would argue his brothers, especially the puckish Ori, need to be looked after. And that's all 13 dwarves. 13. Isn't that some kind of unlucky number? There must be dark days ahead for our brave little warriors. Who's your favorite? Be sure to share your thoughts down below. As for how Bilbo Baggins gets involved with this group, well, you'll just have to see the movie. I'm Grace Randolph, and this has been a Movie Bite. You can watch more right now.